Perfume Mafia, how are you? Valley Von the Perfume Don back at you with a different kind of video. And if you're a guy, because this one probably will, you know, it's a different time. Watch if you want to watch. But today I'm going to be sharing with you, I was on the phone with my friend last night and I was telling her my routine. And she was like, you really need to do a video because everyone doesn't do that. And I'm not even saying that everyone should do this. Actually, I'm saying that you probably shouldn't do this. And I probably shouldn't do this, but I do. And it works for me. And it's different than probably the other routines that you've seen. And I really do not recommend this. Like, if you went to your doctor today and told them and showed them this video, they're gonna be like, wrong, 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 wrong. But everything on me smells right. So that's that. And let's just get into this. I would love to hear you guys, what you guys do as well, because I think it's just so interesting. That's why everyone does these. But you know what? The first thing that you need to do, the first thing that you need to do when it comes to your routine of how to prevent any unwanted odors or how to just make sure that you smell how you're supposed to smell and don't hold on to any unwanted odors is to remove hair. I know that we kind of have the narrative that you should be able to keep the hair, but it's more than just vanity, the reason why people remove hair. And the reason why guys usually have a little bit of like an odor or a musty odor and women don't usually have that strong of an odor, especially when it comes to working out in the gym, is because they have hair. They have hair on their legs and their arms, underneath their arms, which is a huge one, and usually in their groin area as well. And when you're sweating and that sweat mixes with bacteria, it produces a different kind of usually unwanted odor. So that's why it's really important for you to go ahead and remove the hair, or at least keep it trim. But I like to go ahead and remove the hair both in the front part and especially in the back part, because when you are going through the cycles of life and releasing waste, all of that is going to be caught in hair. And that's why if you're trying to clean up throughout the day, if you're using the restroom, that's why it probably takes a little bit longer for you to get clean. It's because it's trapped in hair. And if it was just skin there, you could wipe it off a lot easier. But we'll get in a little bit more into that later. But the thing that I really like to use, and granted, I have to let you know that clearly with this routine, I don't have sensitive skin. Like, I really don't have sensitive skin. I can't remember the last thing that really irritated my skin. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have sensitive skin, but okay. So the thing that I use to remove hair, and I would love to have a Brazilian every 2 weeks, but that's not within my budget. But the closest thing that I can do is to use Nair. Love Nair. I've used a few other brands as well, but I just always go back to the Nair. I really used to like like a shower power one, and that one was stronger, but I think maybe they took it off the market. But I have really coarse hair, so I need something that's really strong. But this is the Nair shower remover. This is the sensitive formula. And I have noticed that this one, I have to leave it on a lot longer. And I leave it on, unfortunately, past the amount of time that it's recommended. I think they have one that's specifically for bikini, but I don't use that one because I think it's a little bit more gentle. This one is the one for legs and for body. It says it has 100% natural coconut oil in it, and it has vitamin E to help with, like, you know, any irritation. It says that it's dermatologist tested, has a light scent, dye-free and paraben-free. But yeah, how it works is you're just going to, make sure you don't have any cuts or irritation on your hands, because this will burn. And make sure that you have a little bit of a hair down there. You have to, it can't be freshly shaved or anything like that, because it's not going to do anything. But it also can't be super long, because it's not going to be able to like penetrate everything. It's going to be a hot mess. So make sure it's trimmed down to a decent, maybe about 2 centimeters or something like that. Apply this all over a nice thick, it has to be fully coated, a nice thick coat, okay, to the exterior of your lady bits, not inside, and don't try to get within the lips or anything like that, but all on the exterior. And then let that sit. This is what I do. I let that sit for a few minutes. It says that you're supposed to leave it on no more than 8 minutes. I go a little bit higher, like 10 minutes. But I let this sit on my lady bits, the front part, for about 5 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes, and then only for the remainder of like 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'll put it in the back part. So, you know, do one cheek and then apply, and then the other cheek and apply, because I have noticed in the back part, you can feel a little bit of like a tingle. So once you start to feel that tingle in the back part, that's when you need to hop in the shower. It comes with a little scrubby so that you can scrub it off, but like literally use this one thing. You use this thing one time and it gets so gross to where you never want to use it again anyway. So I just don't use it. You could just use a washcloth, but I mean, it's going to be a little bit gross. Like this, the hair is going to be coming off in like a coated manner. But once you wipe it off and apply a little bit of pressure, like really like wipe it off, then you'll begin to see that it's just clean and smooth and quite wonderful. Don't scrub it. Do not scrub, because that will irritate you. Do not scrub like that with the towel or with your hand. Just like one clean swipe and apply a little bit of pressure, and then you'll be good to go. So yeah. And you may feel a little bit like kind of like almost the same sensation of when you first get waxed and that kind of thing, but it doesn't last long to me. And again, you can use this all over your body if you have like a hairy chest. I know it's comical. You can use it on your chest, you can use it on your legs. I like to use it on my legs as well. And it never irritates my legs. Like you can leave it on for freaking a very long time. Not too long, but you know, and it doesn't really hurt your legs unless you have like a cut. I will never, ever, ever put this, and this is because we're talking about lady bits, but don't be tempted to put this underneath your underarms, because that is the only time, now that I remember, when I felt irritation. I literally could not put my arm down for a freaking week. And I was like, holy mother! It was so painful. But yeah, so make sure you do that. And this is going to sound gross, but literally any smell or, you know, stench that hair holds, that's why you have to wash your hair, because like your head sweats, like you have to wash your hair. And if you got what happens down there on your hair, you would be like, let me wash it. Not just wipe it off with tissue, but when you're wiping off that dead hair that you've taken off with this, you're gonna like smell the, you're gonna smell that hair and everything that's in it going off too. And you're just gonna feel like a new woman. So that's the first step. Sorry that took so long, but I think that's really important. And those are some tips. And if you have any more questions, feel free, comment below or hit me up on Instagram, Valley Von the Perfume Don on there. So after you're done with that, I am a huge proponent for, and this is gonna be another one where I don't recommend it, but I don't have sensitive skin. Maybe not right after you do this, because you may be too sensitive. I mean, I do it, but I wouldn't recommend it for you. But I love to go in with the deodorant soap. And the one that I love the most is Irish Spring. This is the aloe one. It was just a little bit more gentle, but I like the OG Irish Spring. It smells so fresh. I love it. But the thing about deodorant soaps is that they're going to remove any stench that you have, and kind of like it starts you with a clean base. Like it removes any kind of stench. It really gets you squeaky clean. So I really like to use this both in the front and the back. And you can use a washcloth, or you can just like set this up in your hand and then go around your lady bits and then your back part as well. So yeah, I really love to use a deodorant soap, and my favorite is Irish Spring to start off with the cleansing routine. Then after that, you know, I have my other shower routine, and let me know if you want me to tell you guys what I use on my skin and everything and my whole shower routine. But after that part, then that's when, of course, I'm like washing my body, whatever. And literally, whenever I wash my body, I let that body wash go to my lady bits as well, and like wash up inside. And you have to like spread it and make sure the water's getting there. It's really nice when you have the removable shower head. Then you can really do what you need to and maneuver about. But if you do not, then you have to make sure that you're like perched up with your bosom to the sky, and so that the water can really flow through. And then same with the front part. You really have to make sure that you're like allowing the water to have access to your lady bits. But after I'm done with this one, that's when you really need to, just to be safe, I've never had any problems with just doing this, but just to be safe, follow up with an actual wash that's for your lady bits. And I love Summer's Eve, but there's so many now. There's like Honey Pot, There's Vagisil. There's so many different soaps that you can use. But I really like to use the Simply by Summer's Eve Cucumber Lily Cleansing Wash. I don't even know if they still sell this. Haven't seen it, but I really like this one. And it's really good because it balances your pH balance. But after you've done all that kind of thing, and this is going to be probably drying for you, most women, not me, but most women. So you want to get it back to a place where it's like balanced and not over dried. And this one's really good because it has no dyes, no parabens, and no harsh chemicals. You can actually use this all over your skin. Like it's not going to hurt you if you just want to use this as your body wash, but this is like specifically for your lady bits. And you can use it in the front and in the back. So yeah, I love to follow up with that in the shower. Now, right after I get out the shower, make sure, a lot of people, I feel like they skip this step, and it really makes a difference in your routine. You have to actually dry your lady bits. You cannot let them just like, you have to use a towel to dry them, and the back part, because if you just let it be wet, it's going to get, you know, especially if you're a thicker girl, it's going to get a little bit like trapped water, and it's not going to smell good throughout the day. You have to actually dry it once you get out of the shower. So make sure it's completely dry, and then you're going to go in with this step, which is to apply a deodorant. I've seen a lot of people don't use a deodorant. This is my favorite one right now, but literally you can get them from every brand. Honey Pot has one. This is Queen V, the Spritzer pH balancing deodorizing rosewater cruelty-free pH balanced deodorizing rosewater spray, which I love this one. It literally just smells like how it says, rosewater. Like it smells like if you smell rose jam from Lush, that kind of scent, or Jo Malone Red Roses. That's how it smells. But Summer's Eve has one. Pretty much every ladies feminine brand has a deodorizing spray, and it really makes the difference. Like literally, if you're gonna put deodorant underneath your arms, which is an area that kind of like holds smell, you need to put one down there as well. So once I'm like all dry from the shower, then I will take a deodorizing spray. Again, you have to be all dry. Spray it about 6 inches away. 6 inches away. Say this is your lady bit. Spray about 6 inches away. Make sure it's fully coated. And then you need to like spread your back part and spray the back part as well. And then let that dry down. It dries fairly quickly. So it's not like you're going to be waiting all day. It dries fairly quickly, and that's like a nice base. And that's going to keep you deodorized all day. Even through using the restroom and all those kind of things, it's going to make sure that you do not hold a smell. So this is really nice. You can actually just pop it. Like it's really small. You can pop it in your purse. It's really inconspicuous. No one's going to know what this is. It just says rose water spray or whatever. And if they're all up in your purse, tell them, move girl, excuse me, what you need to use it. But yeah, so this one's really good. Take it with you if you need to freshen up, if it's that time of the month. This is really going to help you out. So yeah, well actually it says on here spray 8 inches from skin. I like to get up on it though, 6 inches. But yeah, this one's from Queen V. And just make sure whichever one you choose, of course, make sure that it's talc free, because that of course is like cancer causing, I believe, a carcinogen, and you want to stay away from. But this one's a really good one, and it's founded by a woman, so I really love this one. Or Honey Pot, because that's founded by a woman as well. They can both be found. It's sold in Target. I think it's like under $5, so very affordable. Now the next thing that I really like to do, especially when it's a day, it's going to be like a long day, you don't know when you're going to get home, you just want you want to be fresh all day. So another thing that I like to use is going to be a powder. And I know how old school, I know, but I really like it to like keep yourself, like dry throughout the day, and to just, again, make sure that you don't hold any odor. So I like this one from Summer's Eve. This is their Cotton Breeze Body Powder. It neutralizes, this is the 5-in-1. It neutralizes odor, absorbs moisture, which again, you want to stay dry all day. It's like a silky formula, so it's not like chalky kind of powder. It's talc free. Again, make sure everything that you use in life, even if it's like those dusting powders, all my Latinas and all of my Caribbean women, even the talc dusting powder that you use, make sure it's talc free. And this one has been tested, so it's a safe scent. It's not really strong at all, like, But yeah, I really love to just sprinkle a little bit of this in my underwear, or actually on top of what I'm going to show you next. But yeah, this is really good, and it's going to keep you dry all day and just, again, prevent any kind of odor that you might have. So I know not everyone uses it unless I'm like going out for a night out and I have an outfit that literally, I don't know what I would be wearing to wear. I can't wear a panty liner, but these are just like, I feel like you should just always have a few with you. Like, even if it's like a light day after your lady days, if you just, you know, it's that time of the month, it's really good to have if you're just starting or just coming off it. Or if you have like some discharge throughout the day, this is going to really help keep that away from your underwear so you don't ruin them. And again, it just helps with preventing any odor, because underwear, if you have any odor, it's going to hold it a lot worse than versus if you just have on a panty liner. You could just swap it out if you have like a pack or just a few. They're really, really small. They don't take up a lot of room. So if you want to carry just a few with you throughout the day, and it doesn't have to be like really expensive. These come from the freaking Dollar Tree, $1. You don't have to spend a lot on them. But yeah, it says right on here, extra protection for like if you're wearing a tampon, everyday protection just in case days when you don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to ruin any underwear. If you have discharge or spotting, if you just want to keep fresh. So yeah, these are really good ones, but every brand always has them. Kotex has them, every brand has them. Or even if you wanted to do something that's a little bit more, what is it called? Organic. There's organic brands that have them as well. So that is another step. And of course, once I have the panty liner, that's when I'll put the powder on top. And another thing that I really like to do is, it's not really like the vaginal area, but it does help. I really like to use an anti-chafing cream, especially if it's like during the summer. This is like a necessity. I'm like a thicker girl, I'm curvy, so I like to put this like right in between where your legs may rub together. This freaking saved me, dude. Ew, it's like kind of coming off. Well, actually not bad. But this freaking saved me when I was on vacation, because I was like trying to wear all these cute outfits in freaking Miami, but my legs were rubbing together and I was like, Lord, what am I gonna do? But thankfully I brought this cream with me. It's not a cream, it's kind of like in a, kind of like how a deodorant is, but it's from Queen V again. This is the Rub Me the Right Way anti-chafing stick, and you just put it on, coat it fully, don't use it sparingly, coat it fully. And I like to take it throughout the day just in case, you know, it rubs off, maybe you go to the beach or something. But yeah, it really helps from like the rubbing, because of course, if you're rubbing all day and there's nothing to like provide that slick, you know, that can create odor as well. But yeah, this one's really good. I really like it. And it says, nobody likes to be rubbed the wrong way. Our anti-chafe and moisturizing stick is effective, long-lasting, can be used wherever on your skin that's sensitive to rubbing. So I know some people rub like their boobs. I heard like people rub underneath there as well, so you can use it there. Anywhere on the skin is totally fine. It's rich in hydrating ingredients, and it protects against chafing while also hydrating and moisturizing. So I can totally vouch for this, and this is a must-have for me for summer. Love that one. The next thing is that I really like to, again, I do not recommend this, but I really like to use an oil. Like, okay, so say this is, God, I wish I had a, oh yeah, let's just use this. So say this is your lady parts. This is the top, this is the bottom. I like to put on oil. This is an oil from Vision That Body Oils. They have really great body oils. They're based in Detroit, but you can order online. They have dupes of like the most popular scents, and they're really nice and strong. So you can have a nice scent throughout the day. Make sure that I like to put it right on top, like right underneath your navel, but like right on top of where your lady bit starts. I like to put it right there. And then I also like to put it, and I don't advise this, like kind of on the sides as well. Like not where the chafing cream is, but kind of like on your bikini line, because that just creates such a nice smell throughout the day. Like whenever you're having to go to the restroom, it's just gonna smell like really nice. And when you leave the restroom, you always wanna make sure that it smells good and you don't have like a stench or whatever. So that's gonna help it. And these oils are so good. So I really love to use those oils, and they last a lot longer than like a fragrance or something like that. So I love to use those throughout the day to make sure I have a really good smell. And the other thing that I really like to take with me, especially if you're going to like using the restroom, is that you need some cleansing cloths. So going back to what we said earlier, sometimes when you're out and about, just the regular tissue is just not going to work. These are from Megababe. These are the Mega Fresh wipes. Care Down There cleansing cloths. They're flushable. Even when they say flushable though, I just still don't flush it, just because you don't want to be in a situation where the toilet's flooding and you're all embarrassed. But they usually have like a little box that you could put them in the ladies' room. So I would suggest doing that. But they say they're flushable, biodegradable, and pH balanced. And this one's in the scent Coconut Hibiscus, but it's not a super strong one. But yeah, you can totally use it in the front side and the back side. And I think you should use it like when it's your lady days, or if you need to, like, you need some more extra help if you're doing the other one in the restroom. But yeah, these are really good. They never irritated me. They have soothing aloe, vitamin E, and coconut. But the other ones that are a little bit more accessible, because I don't think these are everywhere. I got these from Ulta, but I don't think these are everywhere. You see these everywhere. These are the Summer's Eve ones, and I think they're really cool to just put in your bag. I always have a few in my purse, or I carry a backpack sometimes, or my backpack. So they're individually wrapped. Take a few with you, and yeah, just freshen up on the go. You're gonna feel a lot better. And it's not like you're gonna be feeling wet down there or anything like that. Like, they dry up really quickly. So yeah, these are really nice. And this is, of course, it's a 5-in-1 again. Cleanses, freshens, removes odor, helps maintain natural pH balance, which is so important. And then it's free of dyes and parabens. So yeah. And in this pack, you get 16. And this one, you get 18. So, but yeah, I like both of those brands quite a bit. The other thing that I really like to do when it comes to making sure that you always have like a nice smell and you don't linger with any odors is that, this is another thing I don't recommend. I like to put a scent underneath the butt. Underneath the butt. Like, you know, when the butt meets the leg, like, I really like to put it right there. And it has to be something that's not like super strong, but like something that's just like a light refreshing. Like, I really like the one from Wild Spirit. This one you can buy from Walmart. It's just like a little atomizer. You just twist it up. And this one's actually in the scent Rose Glow. Very nice rosy peachy scent. Great. But I just like to spray it just like right underneath the butt cheek, because of course it's going to get in your underwear or your pants throughout the day, and it's just going to leave a nice smell whenever you use the restroom. So I would suggest that one. Another one I really like to use is from Laura Mercier. Their Eau Gourmand line, Amber Vanille. I've been using this one a lot too, and this one's just like kind of like a sweet, fresh scent. So love to use those two. Both, neither one are like really overpowering, but it's just going to give you a nice scent when you use the restroom. There's actually one more thing that I forgot to add in earlier. If you don't want to do the Nair thing, then you can totally shave if you have sensitive skin. And if you're able to shave, what's up with this sleeve? You can totally do the shaving thing, but I would totally recommend do a bikini shaver, okay? Don't do the big one, because you could cut yourself and it's just hard to maneuver, and I don't want you to have any accidents. So try to do one. Make sure it's always a new one that's really sharp, because you don't want it to be dull. But make sure it's like a really small one, because you're able to maneuver around. I remember back in the day when I first used to use them in high school, Noxzema was a really good one. But you can find these anywhere. I always see them at Five Below as well. I got these from TJ Maxx. Then was it Nanette Lepore? I don't even think she specializes in like body care or anything like that, but they work well. And you can maneuver around your lady parts, and you can go in the back side too, which takes some creativity. Don't get too close. Better safe than sorry, but this one is a good alternative too if you want to use the Nair. But those are my tips, and let me know what's your routine, and I will catch you guys next time. I hope that really helped you. Again, I do not recommend doing any of that. That's my routine. It really works for me. I've never had any problems. But you know your body. If you're sensitive, if you know that won't work for you, don't do it. And then also ask other people, older girls around you, other girls around you, younger girls around you, ask your doctor and figure out the best routine for you. But that's my routine, and until next time, I'll catch you guys. Peace.